Captain's log, stardate 0212202016.3, Starship Excelsior's log, USS Excelsior, NCC 77246. So I got a couple announcements this morning. No, you don't get anything. My dog's looking at me for a treat. He's like, man. Well, so what happened this morning was I went to bed late playing Guild Wars again. Love that game. I mean, literally, I just want to speed through the stories, and then after the stories, I want to complete the entire maps. That's my goal, like I did the last time.
Out last night. I was worn out playing the last thing we did together. I was like, literally, my body was shutting down.
The problem is with it is, I understand why Chloe's a little tired because of it. It's because of the boss battles. You had one boss battle after another boss battle after another boss battle, and they make them hard. So you think you get a reprieve, and you're like, oh yeah, now I get to go into this tomb, become a tomb robber instead, And I learned while you're fighting the boss, you don't open chests. That's the wrong move. Because it triggers all the treasure guards that like, thief, stone, and then then when you do beat the queen, you run in, you're like, yeah, woo, I got it. And then it's like, gotta go, then it's King Cassie or whatever. You mow him down, eventually you get him down, and you guide and you life up, and you guide and you're watching your meters and stuff, and then when you're done, you're like, yes, now I can do this mission. Next thing you know, you walk into another area where there's tombs everywhere of other queens, and you're like mowing them down. Next thing you know, you mowed these two queens down. It takes a half hour. I mean, one boss last night, I think it was yesterday, where we went into this area where we had to defeat Glint's Essence. And I'm telling you, Glint's Essence was powerful. I mean, it took us a long while. Chloe's like, oh, you just keep him off me. Well, I was keeping him off them, as well as stealing all the little shields, while knocking him down, while having Moppy Bear all the way in the front of the enemy attacking him. And because he was attacking, Moppy Bear didn't die once or come back to me. And then afterwards, I was like, yes. And then we went to other bosses. And, some of these big veterans, I think once you buy the expansions, they become more powerful. I mean, you go up and I've noticed that as soon as you buy the expansions, it unlocks more veterans, because Chloe used to see there before I was playing the vanilla game. I would go into areas. I'd be like, oh yeah, veteran. Blah, 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 blah.
It make it easier for free-to-play accounts to get them into the game. Once you have a pay account, you have a hard time.
No.
Even in the vanilla zones, you have a hard time with a paid account.
Well, yeah, but the thing is here's the problem, So, for example,
and if there's a free play player and a paid character playing and they're playing together, the enemy will go after the paid account character.
Well, like I said, when it comes to the game, for example, like when I was playing the vanilla for 3 years, off and on, completing it all, and I understand there's mastery levels. I need to go back and get mastery points in main tier, which the entire thing is huge, which I'll go zone by zone doing it. But when I was playing it, I always came across veterans. Now that I'm a paid player, I will come across veterans more and more. And I used to come across something harder than veterans, like legendaries or elites or whatever they call them.
There's outright
champions.
There's normal, veteran, elite, champion, legendary, and then they got the epic.
Well, I've seen legendary. I mean, I've been in battles where people with legendary, and I've had people sit there and with like 100 people killing a legendary, going, you're a distance fighter, you stand back, you do a lot of damage with your arrows, and I've seen them typing to me like, hey, such and such, let the bear do the job, and you stand from a distance. And 99% of these people, I've seen them type like it comes in handy to have a ranger on our side because they're ranged weapons. And I can do
close. Necro uses staff.
And whenever I see
and have your minions go up to the.
And then when I see all these people, these paid players that are typing to me, they're like, you're a ranged player, let the bear do the job. But when you look anywhere in the world map, usually wherever we're at, I don't see hardly any rangers. I go through there and people are laughing at the funny names of my characters. Like I have a bird named Corey Beehole, and they're like, Corey Beehole, ha ha ha, or Tara A-hole, my bird there, a little pink moa, or whatever. So, to me, people laugh about it. Moppy
Or
Bear.
named a moa after our former neighbor.
Or like one guy said last night, he's sitting there and he's like, I love your leopard because my leopard's name is Dirty White Tights, and it's just
Your moa smelly shell.
well, yeah, my Mo was Smelly Shelly, but the thing is once we got through the two queens, we had to put together a puzzle, and once we got the puzzle put together, again, one of the guardians before you can get to the high heavens, as I call it, was basically another boss. So it's like we had boss after boss after boss, and and what really upsets me is Chloe's like, oh, you need to learn your map. Well, I'm learning the map a little better. I'm understanding more. Where the green circles, that's where you go. So I had to use my Springer mount to get places, which and because I have so many credits, I might go and buy me the place where you get the regular mount, the one that your starter mount. Do the guy sell it mini mounts there? Or he does.
Yeah.
Because eventually I want to buy the mounts. I want to get my little what's the third mount?
Third mount is a skimmer.
Yeah, I want to get the mini skimmer mount. The mini skimmer mount that run beside me. Because I finally retired the Ho-Ho-Tron, the little Christmas robots like ding.
I was kind of getting tired of hearing it.
But at least you know where I am. Now I got the mini hopper mount,
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, back to my story, I haven't had a bath in a few days, so I'm getting ready to take a bath. There were some problems this morning I want to share with you. One of the problems is I got up, I emailed my advocate, and my advocate emailed me and said, oh, your appointment's 4. And then she emailed me back and said, oh, it's 11, you missed it. And then she says, oh, I checked your schedule, Reed, I'm so sorry, it's 1. And this is like 1:40. So I'm sitting there getting irritated because I woke up, I had this weird dream about Chloe and Aaron and Fiona and my mom and others, all about mice and rats in my house, which means it's a dream that's saying clean your apartment. Otherwise, they will start to come. I have my little bunny there. He acts like a little rat at times. He's adorable, though. I love him. I gave him some hay and some pellets, and one of the things we got to do is I got to get the laundry prepared. That's why I'm doing this. But so, anyways, I want to share with you a couple things. Oh, yeah, the Camel snooze coupon's in the window, so I can dispose of this. Yeah, they're like, oh, you have a $1 off. I've been studying the Bible, one of my books I'm reading, Bible books. Poppy's always saying, oh, you don't need to buy these or that, and this and that. And, today I was talking to the neighbor, everyone's a neighbor, I should say, talking to someone that's dirty. So, I got to change, but some of you wondering a couple of questions I want to share with you. I told you the other day I bought some Bibles. And one of the Bibles I bought was an NLT Bible right here. This is the New Living Translation. It's leather bound. And it only costed me $7.80. This one costed me $9. The total of free shipping sales tax was $19.92. And this is a CSB Bible. Christian Standard Bible. Now, what's good about the CSB is it replaces the HCSD, the Holman Christian Standard Bible. Now, she reads the Bible, and it's a Christian Standard. This one was given to Chloe free when I contacted the Bible people and asked them for an easy-to-understand Bible. This also has built-in devotions. Now, Chloe doesn't read the Bibles. I have to read it to her, so we are on Acts 19, I believe, or Acts 20, but the point is that's a Bible. These are compact to take with. This is gold gilded pages, so it'll last a long time. But compact Bible like this will come in handy. I don't even know who makes this. It's made by Holman, so we know this is Chinese made. This is a made in America, American made Bible that's really good. And the reason I got the NLT smaller Bible is because I don't want to lug around a 9-pound Bible right here. This is the NLT. And this is the home edition, which I read at home, and it's larger print. The compact versions are compact, which means the lettering is a little different. So, anyway, so that came yesterday. I was excited about that. I was telling my friend Irene about, what's the point of even going off island? It's just too expensive. She doesn't go anywhere. She's a business owner, and I went down to her business today, had some coffee, and one of these days I want to go try the Hungry Clam. Apparently they have some really good fish and chips. I don't know. The best fish and chips are Cask and Schooner and the Bait Shop. I know Haley's isn't that good. They do fish sticks, and I know I haven't tried the Rocky Bay yet, but the only other place I haven't tried is the Blue Water or Downriggers. I could go in there one of these days and ask for fish and chips. In the meantime, I feel that my time is better suited. So anyway, so I checked in mail today. There was nothing. Now down to business. Before I go take a bath and line the clothes up. Chloe had an outburst today that was pretty bad. She was starting to scream and yell, and I've told her to keep it down and told me to F off. And this is the reason why I've asked her to leave. I mean, literally, she doesn't realize it because she's causing me a lot of turmoil. And that's because of her threats, and because of it, it's getting to the point where it's bothering me to no end. Is that a fresh shirt over there that I didn't notice? Has it got the tag? Or is this a dirty shirt? I guess this is a dirty one too. So basically what's happening is Chloe's got several days of laundry to do, so we have laundry. But anyways, Chloe got mad and combative, stormed out of the apartment, and as she was walking up, she was kind of loud. She was talking about thrashing the entire town, giving the town a beating stuff, breaking stuff. And me, I was behind her because I just didn't want to deal with it. And then she went all the way out to the end of the road and screamed at the top of her lungs. Well, with me, which reminds me, I need to find my purse for a minute because I bought something that I need to get prepared. As you all know, I use injectable hormones, which is expensive. And so one of the costs that come to injectable hormones is these, which once in a while I have to buy a box, like once a year or so I gotta buy a box. These are pretty inexpensive. Same brand. These are alcohol swabs, and each swab does one injection. So apparently there's one injection every 2 weeks. So I bought, so this will do approximately 50 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you're looking at about 2 years. So this will take about 2 years to finish. And then when I was at it, I bought some candy, which I usually don't buy candy at the pharmacy. It's a little too much, but Chloe's like, where'd you buy candy? And I was like, why did I buy chocolate for you? The reason for it is as everyone knows in my family, that I don't eat a lot of sugars. I have bad teeth, so I try to avoid sugars, not the coffee, but try to avoid sugars. So what happened was I went to the pharmacy first and got this. This was my main goal today. And because it's not raining like it is tomorrow, the rain will do better. So to me, I was basically having some problems with the rain, and Chloe, got upset, and she was kind of loud, and I told her to keep it down. My hearing aid went missing. I know my family be like, oh, Chloe, have your hearing aid? Well, it's in a box somewhere. So when I find it, it'll be a lot better. It just went missing. I think it might be over here or something. I don't know. I know the hearing aid container is here, where I keep my hearing aid batteries are right here, but I don't know where my hearing aid box went. That's the thing. I hope I lose it or anything. Usually I keep my hearing aid in my backpack, but my backpack's missing. So, or no, not missing. It's right here, but I've been looking for the little box. Keep extra sunglasses in there, but you open this up, you can feel poop bags, old expired coupons. These expired coupons? Yeah, expired coupons. But no hearing aid. So I told Chloe that's one of the main things I need to find, so I don't have to go to my advocate and say, Yeah, my hearing aid went missing and my glasses went missing. So with me, I keep this near me at all times, my glasses case. It's white, so I know where it is. And then, I put my glasses in there to sleep. Lately, it's been a blessing because when I sleep, I've been literally sleeping on the entire bed, and nothing more, nothing less. So to me, it's been a blessing by itself. So yeah. Anyways, I gotta find my hearing aid. I know Jose would be saying, "Hun, find your hearing aid." And it's like, yeah, I didn't misplace it. It was in the box, and the box went missing. Now I can't find the box, and that's what's worrying me to know it's the box. I mean, I have some tooth problems, and the other problem is I think Chloe needs to, uh, uh, the candies, she needs to empty the whatever. But anyway, so one of the things that, like I said, it's irritated me today the most was the fact that she got combative with me, and I said, "Look, you're not changing." I said this, "You're not changing. You're just being combative." And she called her mom, and her mom's like, "You." So when I got an email from an advocate, right? I said, "Well, we're trying to get a hold of Chloe's mom to coordinate this leaving." Now my family was right. They're like, "I'm stuck with Chloe. No one wants to deal with her rage, so I might end up homeless." And Chloe doesn't want to learn her lesson. That's the other thing. She refuses to learn her lesson. She'll sit there and attack and peck me like a bird, going, "Oh, you want me? You want me? You want to fuck this person? You want to fuck that?" No, I don't. What I want is fucking peace. And then she's like, "You stink. When was the last time you had it?" Well, 6 days ago, because we don't have fucking clean laundry. Beginning of the month, we buy quarters. We get quarters. We buy quarters. I got probably $60 in quarters stacked up. And every time we go to the store, I'm getting another $10 in quarters, making sure we have laundry. And yet, I mean, the other day, Chloe's like, "Oh, I got a tray here. I'm going to make you some taquitos." That's fine. You can make me taquitos. Last night, problem is, I was going to make ribs before they go bad. Unfortunately, that fell through because she doesn't want to do dishes. And so today, one of the things that she was getting combative with me on, I said, "Look, you're getting combative on things that I asked you to do. You've gotten combative of me just telling you." I mean, she's like so worried, right? She's so angry. The thing is she and her mom should not be angry at the advocate, okay? Even my family would say, "Look, your advocate is there to look after you, but your advocate's also there to help you with if you pay your own money to buy groceries to make sure, if you need the groceries." I've been buying a lot of stuff on Amazon Prime, but she's like, "Well, if your family did this, if your family did that, if your family, if your family, if your family, the thing is to me, I have to admit, my family's completely right. They're right when it comes to her. She won't change. She gets mad, she does something stupid. I mean, literally, screaming and yelling at me, I mean, yes, everyone knows she's on the lease and everyone knows she's protected on the lease. I've asked her to leave time and time again. She won't do it. But then again, we could be evicted for her screaming and yelling. We could be evicted for her screaming in the parking lot, which she didn't do. She could be evicted for making threats in the outside, talking about thrashing the city, which doesn't apply to the apartment complex. She said she was going to thrash the city and then she was going to basically kick the guardrails and knock down light poles. Light poles are, cemented or concreted or bolted to the concrete. It ain't going to work. My family's right. I'm stuck with her. But Chloe needs to do her chores, and I basically said, "Look, you're not doing your chores. You keep saying you're depressed. You hate this fucking island. You don't have any income." I mean, literally, the point is, and then she basically demands and demands and demands. I'm like, "I'm not giving in to your demands. There's the door. I don't care if you freeze." I mean, literally, I've told this many times. She called her mom. Her mom's like, "Oh, well, I need to talk to the advocate." The advocate basically stated in an email. She says, "I don't know what Chloe's mom entails. We're here to talk to her about taking her child back. We're not here to pay our own way home, and we're not here to put her in a homeless shelter because we don't have any. They're full." Our job is to protect you, Rita. You're getting basically used and abused. Hell, my advocates basically said I'm being used and abused by everyone. My family, my friends. I should be basically by myself in a quiet, meditative Rita state. Instead, I'm not. So you get the idea of what's going on. So, they're all worried about me and they hear about it through other channels. Chloe gets mad. It gets reported to them. They make a note of it. And then they tell me, Chloe needs to go. Well, yes, I agree, but how do you get rid of her when her mom basically is like, oh, see, my advocate recommended the one advocate, but by protocols, the one advocate can't do it unless it's just for me, not for Chloe. The problem is Chloe's got to go. And this representative, it's her wheelhouse. She basically tell her mom basically where it sticks. I mean, everything that Chloe has done at home is basically domestic violence. Threatening and intimidating and coercing. Literally, those are DV things. She's threatening the lives of people. She doesn't get her way. She's threatening to kill herself if she doesn't get her way. She's threatening to harm other people, again. I mean, literally, she's just basically egging it on. And, one day she might end up in the county gulag because of it, or jail, because of it, or a mental hospital involved because of it. And yet no one wants to deal with her. I mean, the hospitals basically didn't want to deal with her. And look what happened. Nothing. They're like, they're home. I've been trying to send her home since. They even know she needs to go home. Unfortunately, the hospital won't deal with Chloe. No one will. Look at her. She turns around. She says, I don't trust the mental system. That's because you don't want to give it a try. Well, the thing is Jefferson County Behavioral was trying to decide if, she's bipolar or borderline. And instead, the hospital's here with everything she's done, belittling at persons, attacking people. I mean, literally, she's basically unstable, okay? Her mood swing. One minute she's fucking angry and wants to murder people. The next minute she's crying. The next minute she's depressed. I mean, these moods fluctuate so much that, she needs to be basically, I mean, I have a friend that severely, she passed away. She was severely bipolar on Latuda. Guess what happened? She basically did her jobs, cleaned and did everything. Chloe, you can't get her to fucking do anything. Oh, I need the cleaning supplies. They're under the sink. Oh, I need this. I bought it. Well, I need that. Oh, that's another excuse. Well, I need another excuse. I need another excuse. I mean, it's just excuse after excuse. Now, I know my family, the whole issue with me not going out there is because, they were angry at the fact that at start, like I said, one of the things I'll discuss is the Facebook thing. She clearly stated to me in the message that she would find someone else. But to me, I interpreted it as a fuck you letter. And basically, it was a fuck you letter to a point because of the fact that she turned around and, basically said, I'll find someone else. But the thing is I didn't expect my electric bill being $121.62. I expected it to be a zero balance. Oh, well, it's life, Then the little vial of medicine that cost me $91. I didn't expect it. I expected it to be $4. Instead, I mean, I've had trans people tell me that their spironolactone is just through the freaking roof because of the cost is going up. They're trying to make it so trans people can't transition because of it. And so insurance companies are now basically paying different price, And to me, no one knows. I mean, I go in there and they're like, oh, yeah, $91. It's like, well, I even asked the pharmacist today. I'm still on the same plan. They just raised it. They don't want to pay it. They're like, trans people are getting shafted. But you get the idea. So Chloe got mad. Chloe got combative. Chloe got angry. And to me, it hurt me because I told her to keep it down. She's like, fuck you. And I'm like, just volume control. She's like, fuck you. And it's like, can you keep it down? Fuck you. So in the end, I got tired of it. Literally, how would you feel? So another thing is, so after I went to the alcohol swabs, Chloe went to the store. It was my little quiet time. I asked the lady about it, got some candy, and then I went over to the coffee shop, had a couple cups of coffee. I actually don't buy two. She's like, oh, Rita, you're getting two. Well, I did it Sunday. I wanted to because I haven't been in much, and I don't spend a lot of money there per month. She knows I'm on a fixing, but I have a local discount, so I asked about online ordering, so I could send some to Jose. I love her coffee, so I had my coffee, and then I went over to the gas station, and Chloe's like, let's go over to the grocery store. And it's like, why? We have food at home. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to get off the streets and get a bath in. I mean, people are saying, it's time for me to take a bath. And, people have asked me, why haven't I taken one? Well, it's because every time I turn around, I hear, ooh, I'm going to take a bath now when I get out of bed. And then, they don't do it or they do it. And it upsets me. It's like, look, I'm the master of this home. I pay all the fucking bills. I pay the light bill. I pay the internet bill. I pay the roof bill. I pay 99% groceries, which let's talk about groceries for a minute. Now, I understand my family gets angry at times, but I would agree with my family when it comes to fucking the groceries she eats. I mean, literally. Remember I was talking about the other day, there was like 2 for $6 for cookies? Well, I don't eat a lot of cookies, okay? I sometimes like the soft, chewy Chips Ahoy, and that's a real treat. My mom, you didn't buy a lot of cookies. Oreos, the same thing, but when my nephew and niece came in, she'd buy a double stuff. She'd be like, oh, yeah, here you go. That was her old lady thing. Like, it's like the old lady fart. But anyways, the point is she'd buy cookies, and to me, my favorite treats is near 7-Eleven was those little hot dogs with the cheese sauce on them. I just couldn't get enough of the hot dogs there, the 7-Eleven hot dogs, they were just filling. But anyways, I love my family dearly, okay? And they mean the world to me. I'm talking about my mom and stuff and, others. And my thing is they're completely right. You don't take your food stamps and go and buy, like, what is it? $12 or 4 boxes of Cheez-Its, Now, I know they could sit there and say, well, you're being a hypocrite because you buy chips. Well, thing is I need to stop buying the chips to encourage Chloe to go buy the Cheez-Its or the chips herself because we don't need those foods, And so to me, I see every time she's buying it, she's dwindling her food where, for example, there's like frozen foods, and it could be more put towards it. I mean, right now the grocery store's got my Salisbury steaks on sale, and everyone knows in my family I love those Salisbury steaks. I can eat 6 of those little minis, fill up in the party size, and be happy as hell. That's how I am. The whole happiness of the Salisbury steaks. But they have meatballs too. I'm wondering if they're turkey, because if they're turkey, they kiss my ass. If they're not turkey, I'll eat them by. So, anyways, but yeah, I was at the grocery store website today, and they had like family-sized Salisbury steaks and something like that. Chloe could buy them herself, but thing is, she never thinks about it. Instead, she's like, I need the chips, and I can understand where people like my advocate sitting there saying, trying to tell Chloe you need to curve your sweet tooth, or you don't need to go buy tons and tons of candy. I mean, I remember her ex-roommate telling me, there should be a limit. And I agree. I mean, literally, back in the old day, 20 years ago, you couldn't even put a 2-liter of soda on food stamps. Now you can put 2-liter soda, everything except beer and cigarettes. And, I agree with everyone when it comes to everyone that is on it. Beer and cigarettes shouldn't be covered on it, And I agree completely with that statement. But the point I'm making is, look at me. In some ways, I'm a bad influence. In other ways, I think, being the master of the household, I'm entitled. That's how I call it, entitled. My family would say, you're not entitled to shit. But when I pay for so much, with all the bills in there, I'm entitled to have a clean house. I have to do it myself. I'm entitled to buy that damn bag of chips because it's comfort food. I'm entitled to go out and buy a thing of mini cucumbers and put on my salad, which I have salad making. I've been living on salads lately. But my point is, my entitlement is not saying I'm entitled to food stamps. Now, I only get like 10, 16 bucks. It ain't worth it. But Chloe, she gets over 200. So to me, it's $12 of Cheez-Its and $12 plus on Chips Ahoy and $12 or more on chips. It adds up. And then I have, and every time she goes to the store, she's buying like 2 cases, 3 cases of her little ramen bowls. Now, I don't deny ramen. I keep it as a backup in case I run out. But, my thing is, and this is where that APS lady was going with this was, once was, Chloe needs to buy her own groceries. And she shouldn't sit there and say, oh, you got ribs. Well, you got a 6-pound rack like this, a huge rack like this. Oh, well, I'm entitled to it. No, you're not entitled to shit, basically. I eat the ribs and literally when I buy stuff, okay, one of the things I buy is Ziploc bags. I've learned from my family, I always keep gallon size on hand. So I buy a gallon size, I buy quart size and stuff. And when I run out, I replace them. And I just buy them at the store. I should buy them on Amazon. It's cheaper. But basically, when it comes to Chloe, it's been a big mess. With Chloe not learning, then that's where I'm getting at. I mean, if she could learn to hold on to her food stamps a little better and utilize them, I think she'd be better off while waiting for disability. But I also think her family's basically giving me the fucking runaround, which I should have believed in the first place because, I put my hope and faith in other people, and then look where it gets me. I mean, I'm not talking about family in general. I'm talking about fucking Chloe's mom. I mean, literally, she's like, I'll buy a ticket. You need to get to Seattle. Finally, get her to Seattle. Oh, I can't do it till next week. Talk to the advocate. And then the advocate turns around and says, even my family would basically say her mom's fucking stupid. Her mom wants to fucking turn around and smooth over the whole fucking thing to keep Chloe here. Yet the advocate says, what is her mom? Her advocate says, look, I've been in both meetings. So does the other advocate. We know what Chloe's capable of under eviction. Her mom doesn't want to believe it. Her mom thinks she just stirred the shit so and told the man to come touch my kid, you're in trouble. I mean, literally, my point is the advocates fucking know. And that's the real problem here. I mean, literally, the advocates know. And they're basically saying, you need some read time, and that's where we're getting at it. But the advocate emailed me today and said, well, we'll reschedule your appointment till after Chloe's Social Security thing. But point is, I don't want to wait till the fucking Social Security thing. If anyone knows me, I want her out. I mean, I can't fucking sit here and live with a woman who's like sitting there like this morning. Let me give you an example this morning, okay? Just so you can picture it, because I know my family's like, oh yes, and I agree with them 100%. Narcissistic, plain and simple. I get up, she's like, do you want me to make coffee? And I'm going, no, I don't want coffee. I'll go get a cup of coffee because I have to go get these so you can have your damn hormones while we're waiting to get you out of here. So what happens? I'm sitting in bed, right? And I get up, I look at the time. I'm like, I'm not going to make the appointment. I think it's 4, but I don't know. So I messaged her this morning before bed. No reply. When I checked email, it's like, oh, email I got was spam and then something from the postal service. Next thing you know, she turns around and I'm like, I'm going to go wash my face up and I'll be ready, and I go into the bathroom and use the toilet. Next thing you know, as my family would say, narcissistic. Oh, here's the washing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whatever. So I got to go climbing back into bed. I'm snoozing for 20 minutes. She wakes me up again. Are you tired? And I'm going, yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night. So what is it? Oh, well, I got done washing my face. I'm like, oh, goody. I can use the sink now. I mean, then when I get ready to go in there again, she's like, you're putting your makeup on. Going, I'm a real woman. And then I turned around and went back to bed for 30 more minutes. And then she wakes me up again going, are we ever going to leave? And I'm going, yeah, if you wouldn't fucking take the bathroom. I mean, literally the triggers today that I've had. And she's like, oh, it's because, your family's assholes and they're toxic. But this isn't about me basically being depressed because of my family. No, it's about fucking these asshole motherfuckers turning around and tearing me down. And I'm talking about her. She's tearing me down. She's blaming I'm saying it's not them. They're not, what I'm saying is they're not the type of people to do this. She's like, oh, they're all evil, blah, blah, blah. You got, thank God for bad rubbish, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm sitting there like, can I fucking use the shitter? And can I fucking use the pisser? Can I fucking wash my face? So I get my face on and I'm brushing my hair and she's going on and on and on. I'm like, look, I've asked you time and time again, do your chores. I said, by this time this month, the laundry's on. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed. I don't have an income. And I'm going, so you're so fucking depressed you can't fucking do anything? I mean, severely depressed. I mean, that fucking, and then she's going on paranoia. She's having a paranoia trip again. Oh, you want to fuck the neighbor? You want to be with the neighbor? The neighbor fucking stole from me. Everyone fucking knows. Look, let me put it to you this way, okay? as a minister of God, quote unquote, if someone wrongs me like the neighbor, I will not deal with them ever again. If someone turns around and says something to me like, fuck you, best of luck in your life, kiss my ass, blah, 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 fine and dandy. You can bet your ass that if they emailed me something like that, then and says in the end of the email they block me, well, guess what? My email's been blocked too. Everything's been taken care of. But Facebook, it's been deleted. So I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about messages coming in because I don't give a shit. I'm not at fault at all for anything. And so when it comes to fucking people, for example, like that, I turn around and I say, but then I got to deal with them because they're sitting here, and then, demands and demands and demands. I'm like, look, you can't demand for something I'm not going to give you. I'm not. Literally, the mental hospitals don't want you. The clinics won't send you a fucking letter. You're a fucking nut whack job that no one wants. I mean, look, the advocate says there's no fucking help for you because, you burned every bridge. The advocate's like, look, she's burned her bridges. Her parents need to know this. Her parents need to know she burned her bridges. They know. They have connections in the mental system. They know that Chloe's basically set fire and blew up the bridge. That burned the bridge, destroyed the bridge, whatever. Basically, so to me, the point is Chloe is the fucking problem. And then I always thought I was the problem, but Chloe is. I mean, look, I've asked her to leave too many times. And, and this isn't about my family. This isn't about Facebook. This is about her. Literally, she's fucking yelling and screaming about wanting to thrash the fucking thing. And then she's paranoid the sheriff's going to come, which she should be. Then she's paranoid the fucking sheriff's going to take her to the hospital. And then she's going to give a thrashing or, wipe everyone out at the hospital. I mean, come on. What the fucking problem is it? You are the fucking problem. You are the fucking problem. Then she thinks I want a fucking neighbor who stole from me. Now, getting mad about not doing chores, and then me basically dating what the Social Security lady said. She can't do her fucking chores. She can't, and this is where other advocates have come in and fought for my benefits and said, look, Rita pays her bills, she pays her bills, she pays her bills. Chloe doesn't do jack shit. So if you're going to give her money, you should dole it out to her. Oh, here's $500, here's $1,000, or here's $200 for yourself. The rest goes to your bills. I mean, literally. And then people sit there and say, the advocates turned around, right? Advocates turned around. The reason Chloe, this is what happened, okay? I'll tell you another thing, all right? Everyone knows Chloe's got problems with spending. She turns around today and she's like, you buy me a ticket and you buy it now. That's what she told me. Told her mom the same thing. But she turns around and gets so combative, okay? Her birthday money. She's asked me to hold on to it. So wherever she goes, she has it to use to groceries. I can't just sit there and tell her to go cash it tomorrow because she'll go spend it foolishly. And so Social Security knows this. Yeah, Social Security's sitting there saying, well, if her family gave her birthday money or Christmas money or Easter money, for example, not that it matters, my family knows this whole thing, then it should be paying bills, not to be, whatever, and every time I turn around, oh, well, that's my money, blah, blah, blah. Well, if it's your fucking money, then why aren't you fucking paying your fair share? You're buying fucking, you're eating my food, you're fucking using my electricity, and you're fucking using my needles, you're using my fucking alcohol swabs, you're using my dish soap, shampoo, conditioner, everything. And the advocates are literally tired of, and they're not tired of me. They basically said, we're extended family, consult with us. Well, when I had to consult with the one advocate, she's like, look, you're being used and abused and thrown away so many times over. She doesn't have any heart. She goes and doesn't buy her own supplies. She doesn't buy any groceries. She doesn't buy anything. I see you at the store. I sit in the corner watching you. You're pushing a cart buying the meats. And, and I've heard her time and time again, oh, well, I'm going to get the sandwich meat so I can make my sandwiches. And then next thing you know, my advocate's all the way at the other end, she tells me, watching as Chloe's already through the line outside in the parking lot. And I'm sitting there with $50 in sandwich meats, and she's going, oh my God, I viewed it myself, Rita. What are you doing? Or another advocate that's a secret is my therapist. Oh, I saw you the other day buy chicken legs and chicken wings and chicken, stuff for making salads and stuff and everything. And I overheard Chloe said she was going to buy stuff for herself and then walked out the front door. Again, it's like Uncle Donnie's return. Oh, I'm going to go have a smoke, And then people turn around and, it's like, literally, I, for one, am not happy. Okay, I'm not happy because every time I turn around, these advocates are right. If they're reporting it to my family, so be it. I don't care. My thing is if they're reporting it to APS, so be it. If they're reporting it to Social Security, so be it. But Social Security needs to know these things anyways because they got to make a determination, and they're watching from a different. Another advocate turned around and told me the other day that she saw me going up and down the aisles. I went into the aisle with the chips. They also have the booze there, and I was looking at the booze, and she said, I thought you were picking up a jug, but you just looked at it, shook your head at the price, and went along. And I knew then that, because she's a former alcoholic, she's like, look, you're basically been screwed, blued, and tattooed. And you're still walking, And she's like, I see it. We'd like to help you, but, if you buy Chloe or Ticket Out, we'll help you get it on your feet so you're on your own. And that's what we want. And I said, I don't want anyone else. Literally, they know what's going on in this apartment. They know. I get an email within fucking 2 hours. Are you okay? I've heard through connections Chloe's had another blowout. And it's like, it's getting to the point where the community knows about it. Chloe's like, I hate the fucking island. I want off the fucking island. Well, if you didn't fucking do these things, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess. I remember my neighbor basically clearly stating, my sister Shelly saying, you take your problems with you. Yeah, literally, we didn't have this fucking problem at Moses Lake that much. Well, Chloe did do it, but the neighbors confronted Chloe. Chloe always said something like, what the F's her problem, inner? What's the, being racist? And she took offense to it. She always thought I was a sweetheart. Always doing dinners, watching movies with her. Chloe, on the other hand, I remember time and time again, people would come down and we'd have wine. I had one person that always came down and had wine. She was always worried about Chloe, but she also knew Chloe was a loose cannon. Said to Chloe one day, she's either going to commit suicide or kill me or something, and it really worries because she gets violent. She's still talking about cutting off her wiener. She's fucking bitching about other people that she knows that's transitioning after her who's getting their surgery. She's like, well, it's the mental illness, but the thing is, I'm not dwelling on the mental illness. I just want her to fucking, she won't learn. The Bible states that people with anger issues don't get into heaven, and that's not the fruit of the spirit. And she's just sitting there ripping the shit out of everyone, going, rah. Look at her. Turns around, tells me she's done with dip, and on the way home, can I have some dip? Can I have some dip? It's like, if I give you dip, my dip's going to run out. I always run out, but, sometimes in these long boss battles and Guild Wars 2, I'm freaking doing a little extra dip, like, getting through it. But, there you have it. But this video has gone long enough. I got to get a bath in. I got to get laundry put together, and I got to make sure that first thing is pants and shirts are done and socks and underwear, and then tomorrow we'll do some more, and then the next day and then we got to get the blankets and towels done because I don't like you going without clean towels. That's the other thing. And I got to go shopping for towels. But here's the other problem with towels is a long time ago someone told me once that I could do better in my life if I was single and acquire these things online or whatever than not having these items, because these items are essential to everyday life. And yet my everyday life is disrupted to where I might end up buying a pair of panties and a package of socks, or socks and underwear once a month. And, until I accumulate enough like I have. And then, I got to go focus on pants, which every time I turn around, people say, well, how, like my advocates are like, how come, like my advocate's got a box full of free t-shirts. She's like, here, have some more. It's like, okay. Or a hoodie sweatshirt or whatever. But my point is she's like, it's there for everyone, and I try, my family knows I try not to take too many, but when my advocates like, take them, no one wants them, take them. It's okay. It's like the other day I walked in there and she's like, Oh, someone donated these extra packages of light bulbs. Here, have some to go home. And here's a giant 2-gallon jug of Tide. Okay. I mean, I did the errand thing like, and I said, isn't this for large families? She's like, look, you're struggling. You're taking care of someone that can't take care of themselves. I'm going, but I really got my own bottle at home of the perfume-free laundry detergent. She's like, look, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. She's like, because she's also the one that's like, look, I'm coming by with a turkey and a ham, or come by the office and pick up another turkey or a ham or both, And it's like, I've told her there's other people that need it, and she's like, look, you're struggling. You got to basically take care of someone who's always eating your food. And recently she asked me about how my soups came out. I said, oh, I don't know. I had a couple bowls of it. Then Chloe forgot to leave it and put it in the sink. She's like, what's your problem? Chloe's like, oh, I'm so depressed. I don't have an income, so I forgot. She's like, so you left 3 days of soup go bad because you can't remember? I mean, literally my advocates are like, she needs, literally my advocates are saying, she needs to be in a controlled setting where they can look after her because, literally, there was a rage once where my family said, look, she needs help. She can't throw a water bottle. What if the water bottle was full, hit the wall, and went through the fucking wall? Then what? Oh, hi, neighbor. I'm sorry about Chloe's anger. Don't worry, let me get that water bottle for you. Being a little humorous there. Literally the point is, my advocates, we missed the appointment. They rescheduled it. She's out of town. The other advocate's like, well, I want her to handle it. I don't want to handle it because if I handle it, I'm going to basically rip them a new a-hole 8 ways from Sunday and let them know literally because, see, my advocate, if my one advocate gets involved, here's how it works, okay? Now, my people sit there and say, well, how would it work? Well, as you know, the management company made a deal with the advocates with me in a closed room session. I was outside at the time agreeing to a restraining order. Well, my therapist intervened and everyone else intervened. And then they said it was a tactic used to control the situation. Well, about 2 months later, I got another eviction notice. Same charges. Fortunately, we went back, this time with Chloe. Lawyers, everything present. It got straightened out. They realized Chloe's got mental illnesses. But there is such thing as a quiet law. Chloe's like, oh, in another state like Ohio, they don't have it. That's because she doesn't want the fucking law. I was walking along today and someone stopped me and said, hey, Rita, I heard Chloe screaming at the top of her lungs. I go, yeah. And we talked for a minute and he says, well, you do know rebel without a cause. Literally, just basically rebel without a cause. Literally. And I looked at them and I'm thinking, James Dean, wasn't that James Dean movie? He says, yeah. I said, yeah, James Dean, I think it was, or Dean Martin, one of the two. And he's like, your movies. I'm like, my mom's got the box set, the VHS. I said, I might have to go watch them. They're really good movies. But, she basically stormed out loud, tooting her horn by going and smashing up the entire city. Me, I was just trying to get out there. And my friend was like, are you okay? And I went, no. Another friend said, hey, a sister, like an adopted sister, had the same thing. I said, no. I told my sister what's going on, Deanna, and she's like, look, we've talked about this many times. Chloe is trouble. And no one wants the responsibility for her. She says everyone can see that. The advocates, of course, like I said, we go into the meeting with the advocates and Chloe's mom. The advocates are going to let her mom have it, basically. The one advocate who's a good speaker said, if I do this because everyone's recommending I do it, I'm not doing it just for you. I'm doing it for your family. I'm doing it to protect you. You need Rita time and you're not living in peace. She says, I'm going to let, and my advocate said this, word for word, basically, talking about, swearing, which she's professional, but she's adopted me. We're doing lunch soon. The two advocates and me. But she says, that bitch is going to learn that you don't fuck around with someone in my position because what Chloe has done is threatening and harassing and intimidating, not just you, but other people and pointing all the anger and DV towards you. And her mom wants to say it's autism. She says, I got books all over the place at home that talks about autism. There's nothing. Or Asperger's, wrong. BPD, she says, I got 6 cases right now. BPD patients, basically, that do these acts. And Chloe, you're 6 of them. And basically, she said, all 6, including you, is 7, is basically, all victims. She says, this is something that needs to be addressed. But she said, what happens? You're basically sitting here wore down as a moldy rag, basically, and you're basically hurting. She says, I would let your mom have it. She's basically done so much DV, almost got your house done twice. Rita's been nothing but honest to you. And what do? You fucking push back. Oh, you can have my child. Oh, you don't fuck with me. You don't fuck with me. I mean, literally is the way it is. And what happens? My advocate says, I'm not just protecting you. I'm protecting everyone in the community, and I'm letting your family know that, the one that's the fucking problem is their mom. Her mom basically says, you don't fuck with me, you can't do. She says there's ways around things, and the reason I went to her is to buy a ticket. And she's like, we'll back you up. You just get the ticket lined up. If her mom doesn't pick her up, her mom's now claiming, oh, well, my kid, there's no resources in Ohio. Or and their grandfather, my advocates own, my advocates stated that, there's none in Washington. Her mom basically said her advocate, aka her father, is in Oregon of all places. There's no resources there. Well, I hope there's nothing in Oregon. I wouldn't want Chloe living in Oregon. I wouldn't even want Chloe living near my family. That's how fucking worried I would be. I mean, literally, I'm more worried about them in Oregon than anything. And then there's no resources in California because of this. Well, who cares? California is now a third world country. The blue states are doing it. They're forcing their homeless. They're doing this and that. No wonder why taxes are too high. Oh, I was talking about taxes today, Anyways, okay, so here's the other thing. Chloe and I have contacted resources all over in Nevada, all over in other states where she's got family, nothing, literally. And I'm not sending her to Texas. That's another place that will not send her. She refuses anyways. They're all Texas waddies that want to kill trannies, and they're against trannies and stuff. But Texas is filling up with, as Chloe says, with derogatory Hispanic names. And I'm like, I don't care. They're the most nicest people. I mean, literally, I don't know how many times I had a neighbor in Quincy who was always giving me tamales, freshly made too. And I'd make him steak, and he'd make fried chicken, and we'd make other dishes, and we'd all sit there around. His wife was kind of overweight, but they had the most heart of gold, and they were the most nicest people you'd ever meet. I mean, literally. So having a problem with blacks, having a problem with Hispanics is wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, like that guy said, rebel without a cause. But my advocate would turn around and basically lay down every law Chloe broke. And if her mom can claim, oh, well, mental illness, well, they're the problem because Chloe is mentally ill too. I mean, literally. I mean, Chloe basically wants to blame my own bloody family with mental illness. I mean, come on. I mean, literally. I mean, she wants to blame everyone. But look, I'm not going to go rant and rave, But anyways, the end of the story was I was talking to the coffee lady today, and I said, yeah, I love Amazon because I have all my canned goods coming by shipping. She says, I don't leave the island. And I said to her, yeah, I hate traveling anyways, but I do it once a year. Otherwise, I want to order everything online, just let it be shipped in. And Chloe's like, I want off the island. I want off. I'm like, I was like this. There's the fucking door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Well, I'm not going out in the cold. Well, you brought this upon yourself, cupcake. As Tara J would say, cupcake. I mean, literally, I was like, there it is, and I said, you've been 86th. I mean, literally, but the problem is I can't literally kick her out by law, housing law. The only one I can management. If I end up homeless, I am not happy. That's why the advocates and I want her out. Literally, the advocates know this. There's a fine line where you do things and don't do things. And right now, the fine line is Chloe is in trouble. I mean, literally, Chloe is in trouble. And she doesn't realize it. She fucking spews crap, thinking it's okay. Oh, it's okay. No, it isn't. A normal person doesn't go and fucking make threats against 95 people she hates. I mean, literally. And everyone knows who they are. I mean, literally. And I'm at my wit's end. So, anyways, it's been a long video. I got to sort clothes out, or tell Chloe what I want. Hopefully, she gets to it. I'm gonna take a bath, so I got a pair of fresh underwear and these dirty socks I got to put on, and everything else gets washed. So, with that said, everyone, like I said, the advocate's basically, it's all in limbo right now. Mom doesn't want to listen to it. She always cuts Chloe off. Oh, well, I need to talk to the advocate. What the advocate emailed me and said, what am I supposed to do with her mom? I'm telling her like it is. You've been evicted almost twice. You basically, Chloe's done so much damage to everyone around her mentally and caused so much harm and stuff. She's got to go. Even if you're by yourself in the island, at least I have advocates and extended family. Chloe, of course, can go home to a warm bed. If she ended up homeless tomorrow, she'd be going to her mom. I'm homeless, Mom. Oh, here's a bed, son. You can have a bed. Oh, let Rita freeze. I mean, literally, it seems the ultimate revenge has happened, on me. I mean, whatever Chloe's beef is, I think she basically won. No offense to anyone watching this. Because of it, I know a family's watching this, or Jose, you understand what I'm talking about. I mean, literally, she basically, did a lot of damage, and then damage control is not going to be picking this up. I mean, it's like a starship that's heavily damaged and needs to be scrapped, basically. And that's where the damage control is on the starship. Not my starship, but you get the idea. The damage control is so much that she basically, I mean, no one sees this. I mean, she was storming out there, storming up, screaming, yelling, muttering, and I'm like, look, you're insane. You're basically wanting to hurt people. You want to be paranoid. All this combined together, and I mean, literally, you don't see me sitting there going, oh, yeah, the government's coming after us. Oh, the feds are coming after us. Oh, yeah, the sheriff's going to be on the door. And every time she's walking, she stops to look at a sheriff drive by, and I'm going, you are paranoid. And then I'm like, why are you with me? Why can't you go and do your business? I'm going to the pharmacy. I'm going here. I'm going there. Plain and simple. But it said, you know how it works. So in the end, it was just a get your boodle thing. So, hopefully I hear from Jose soon. He's got my contact info. I love Jose dearly. So with that said, everyone, bath time. I gotta shave my legs. They're looking really Yeti-like. It's winter time. I want to wear a dress. I really want to wear a nice, cute dress, and my little shoesies and stuff and look nice. Instead, I'm stuck wearing jeans. And it depresses me to a point. A girl's supposed to wear a dress once in a while, and she's supposed to show off her boobs once in a while. I can't even do that. I'm like sitting here at 40-some years old. I'm misgendered today by a lady who's basically, I walked in, and I was like, I walked in the coffee shop, the lady said, "You're gonna leave." I'm going, why? I'm getting some coffee. You need to leave. Well, finally, everyone's seeing this lady give me trouble. So all of a sudden, they all pack them and leave. They're like, we're going with us. And my friend who's the coffee shop owner looked at me and she goes, I'm so sorry, Rita. She misgendered you and she basically is losing it. I said, what does that mean? Oh, she thinks the only dog on the island is that service dog. Everyone else has to comply or vacate. And Moppy, and I'm like, well, has he got papers? She says, yes. I said, then I don't need to ask any more questions. He's allowed to be there, so is Moppy. She said, yeah, but Moppy's good. I said, well, Moppy's a mooch, too. Well, when I bought my coffees, as usual, I gave 2 tips, because I bought 2 cups of coffee, and we just talked about, everyday general crap, mostly about ordering and stuff. And the sales tax, like I said, I don't even know where our tax money goes. They're always asking to raise taxes through gas tax, walking tax, sales tax, house tax, property tax, personal tax, you name it. And it's like this state is the state of taxation. And to me, it upsets me. I mean, you got to rent a movie. It's like $3.99. You're paying 25 cents just for tax, just to watch the damn thing. So it comes to a little under $4.25 for every movie. And they're like, oh, that's great for 3 days. And most people only watch once. Well, if I get a movie for 3 days, I'm watching it every day for 3 days. I mean, literally, like Beauty and the Beast and others. Emma Watson, Beauty and the Beast, and like Toy Story. Now Toy Story 4 is on Disney, so it's like, oh yeah, I can watch Toy Story 4. I can watch The Lion King. I don't mind those. Porky's funny anyways, but when I start a movie series, I want to complete a movie series. I don't want to sit there and see a date. We're going to wait till March 2021 for this movie. It's like, no, I don't. There's a way to get it early. I'll rent it through Amazon, or whatever. So, in the meantime, that's how I see it. So, anywho, with that said, everyone, it's gone long enough. I didn't mean to complain. It's just Chloe had another outburst. I'm really worried, But you know what? My family's right. Literally, they're right. She's going to be the death of me or the eviction of me because of it. And then she'll go home to a warm bed. And maybe that's her angle. I don't know. But it bothers the hell out of me that her mom won't listen when the advocates clearly stated, and I quote, there's nothing she can do. One advocate wants to rip her new arsehole. The other advocate wants to say, we're only here to help with the island. We can't just pack her up and send her home because you want us to pay out of our pocket because you're too fucking lazy to pay the bill. If you're not paying the bill, Rita will pay the bill. Let's just get your daughter to you so you deal with your damn rebel child, and Rita can rebuild the wounds in her flesh, her heart and soul from all the damage she's caused. But nope, I got to deal with it and be persecuted for it. So, with that said, everyone, Captain's log out. USS Excelsior and CC 77246. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like and subscribe button. So some funny for the family, including your dogs and your cats and your bunnies. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching. God bless you and have a nice day.